Hi NYO-U, my name is Oliver Tulupter and I'm an oboist from Glenview, Illinois, and I've had the amazing opportunity to be a part of NYO-USA's 2019 season. A fun musical fact about me is that back at home in Chicago, I'm in a chamber quintet called the Aquarius Wind Quintet. We needed to pick a name for our group, and the best thing we could have thought of is McMayo, which was a combination of the first and last initials of all of our names. And so we decided to combine all of our astrological signs together and create the name Aquarius. Today I'll be talking about the dreaded topic of oboe reed making and my experience with the craft. Whether you're an experienced reed maker or just starting out, I hope you can get a small snippet of advice from this video. I realized that a lot of my most valuable reed making tips came from different teachers, colleagues, and of course other oboists that I've met through different types of festivals and camps. I hope my tips can help you in your craft. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is so other oboists can share this with their non-oboe playing friends and bring them into the craft of reed making in case they were curious about the craft. To get started, oboists need an assortment of supplies to start being self-sufficient in their reed making. To get started, we of course need a very sharp knife, some sort of sharpening steel, and thread. These are just a few of the supplies that we need. In addition to the items I just showed you, we need rulers, mandrels, plaques, beeswax, you get the idea. You can start the reed making process from an assortment of different steps. Personally, I start from shaped cane, and this is when the cane is already in the general shape of an oboe reed. Most professionals start from tube cane, which they would get shipped from France in a bulk-sized container. Then they would take a gouging machine and thin out the cane so it's thin enough to fold over without cracking. After gouging the cane, professionals put the gouged cane into a shaper tip, which is the step that I start from. Then we take some thread and tie the cane onto a staple, which is what will go into the oboe after the reed is finished. And this is what it'll look like after you tie it onto the staple. Like any reed, the oboe reed has a very specific structure in order to make it vibrate and work with the player. Here's a diagram of a typical American scraped reed. You can see it has the back, the heart, the tip, rails, windows, and all sorts of types of things. Each part has a specific measurement and thickness. It ranges from the thinnest at the tip to the thickest at the heart. Right after tying a reed, many oboists take different steps from here on out. I personally make some initial scrapes onto the blank and leave the blank closed. I leave the blank closed for a day and let it sit so that the cane can settle and get used to being a reed. I used to open the reed right after I finished tying it, but I personally struggled with my openings being way too big and way too wide. So that's why I leave my reeds closed for a day. After I clip the reed open, I start by making some scrapes onto the tip to get it reasonably thin. Then I start to scrape the back and put in that structure that I talked about earlier. Once the reed starts to vibrate, I let it sit for yet another day. The next day, I take the reed and scrape more off the tip and do different troubleshooting techniques to solve different problems. Some typical problems include lack of response, bad pitch, and lack of depth of sound. For lack of response, we'll usually take more cane off of the tip to make it thinner. This allows the reed to vibrate more. If the reed is flat, we'll clip the tip to make the overall length of the reed shorter to bring it up to pitch. If we want more depth of sound, we'll scrape where the back meets the heart. But, unfortunately, solving different problems will bring up other problems in the reed, and that's where oboists run into their constant cycle of frustration. Because cane is a natural product, reeds will typically change when the environment changes. For example, changes in humidity, temperature, and altitude will all have an effect on the reed. My number one tip for finishing a reed is that a little goes a long way. Don't get carried away with scraping everywhere. You can always take more cane off the reed but never put it back on. To review, we quickly went over how a reed goes from tube cane, to gouging, to shaping, to tying a blank, to scraping, and to adjusting a finished reed. Thank you so much for watching and learning about the oboe craft of reed making. If you have any further questions about the reed making process or my steps, you can contact me at my Instagram at Pritaykitay, Pritaykytay. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe and share this video with your friends, and also check out any of our other NYO-U videos on this YouTube channel.